Peace and prosperity be unto all who's listening and watching. It's your girl, Shay Miller, right? And I'm back with another video, guys. Sometimes we allow how we feel, what we see, and what we experience to determine how we show up, how we continue to believe, and how we walk our life. You shouldn't allow how you feel, your past experiences, what life is showing you now, to dictate how you show up for yourself, to dictate how you show up in your life, to dictate how you show up for your loved ones. No matter what may happen, no matter what the experience was, no matter what it may felt like, show up the way you always shown up. Love the way you always love. Forgive. You need to have a heart of forgiveness. No matter what you see, you need to have faith. You need to believe that despite what your situation is, despite what it looks like, there's something God's doing in the background, even if you can't see it, even if it hasn't happened yet. You got to believe that God is making a way out of no way, that doors are opening, that clients are coming, that the business that you're creating is going to be a multi-million-dollar business, that the ideas that you're working on are from God, and God is going to help you with anything He's giving you. You have to believe, have faith, and trust, and continue to walk like you know that it's working out. I think when we get in our feelings, when we allow our experiences, when we allow what we see to determine how we show up for ourselves, and how we determine how we show up for other people, and determine how we show up for things in our lives, and what things are like, the way things are producing. Like if something is producing results, something is working out, we're going to consistently show up in something that's working out. But the things that you can't see, you struggle to be consistent in. The things that you don't see your harvest, you don't see your fruit, you don't see your labor, you don't see your hand in the things that you've worked hard for, you've longed for, you've waited for, and you've trusted God for. And then it's hard to continue seeing. Sometimes you have to renew your faith. You have to renew your belief. You have to continue to walk the way you started to walk. Whatever fire you had when you started, you need to restart that fire. You need to re-spark that fire. You need to re-inspire yourself to walk even greater, even bolder, even mightier in this season. The things you've encountered and the experiences that you've been through are going to set you up for your future. They're part of your testimony, they're part of your story. And without those things, you wouldn't have something great to speak of. They're all for God's glory, because God brought you a mighty long way. You didn't bring yourself here. You didn't keep yourself alive. It's nothing you did. It was all God. So walk in this season knowing that God's with you. That no matter how you feel about something, no matter how something may look, that God is in it. God's working it out. God's doing things in your favor. God's have grace on you this year. That the overflow in your life is here. The harvest, the fruit of your harvest has come. The wealth has sprang forth and has run it over. You have to believe these things. And I know it's hard when you've done it for so long, and you've done it, and you've been consistent, you've been bold, and you've had this idea, and you've been doing well with managing it. You've had little to do much with it. You've had little to steward, but you made great of the little, and you've expanded it much. God entrusts those who are very good managers and very good stewards of the things He gives them in small amounts. If you can make something small become bigger, if you can steward something small, God can give you more. And what I say unto you now, don't be dismayed, don't be discouraged. Have faith, have courage, stand boldly, stand courageously, command and decree and declare a thing of your life. Speak to the dead bones of your life and bring forth life. Speak life into your situation. The things in which are not working, speak life over them. Believe that something great is happening, even if you can't see it. Despite your experiences, despite the hardships, despite the pain, despite how they treated you, despite the persecution, despite the hate, despite the shame, despite how people done you when you were nothing but good, despite all of that, show up. Show up the way Jesus will show up. And I know that's hard for some people, but show up the way Jesus would expect us to show up. The way Jesus led and was an example of. Let's be like that more in our lives. Let's continue to show up even when things are not in our favor based on what we see. But things are always working for our good. Things are always in our favor. We're always in the grace of God. We're always going to be the pillar of salt in the light thereof. And we're always going to have to stand firmly with the right heart posture, knowing that God is with us always. And he is in us. And we are with him. So don't allow everything to discourage you. Be not dismayed this day. For your Lord your God is with you always and forever.